Hi everyone, my name is Kathy.
And I'm Koi. And I am every woman.
So today, ladies and gentlemen, we want to do something that is a sort of a continuation to something we've talked about before. We've talked about our singlehood, our parenting as single parents. For me, it happened through widowhood, and for Koi here, it happened through divorce.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but baby.
First of all, thank you so much for your feedback, for your love, and for your connection about those videos, and all the people who reached out. We're really grateful.
Right.
Now, people have also talked about what happens after. So it has happened. So divorce has happened.
Yeah.
So death has happened. What now?
What now?
What do you do after that?
Dare you love again?
Dare you love again? Dare you live again?
I know.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
Now, life must continue.
Mm-hmm.
You are alive.
Yeah.
You are here. So you have to do something with yourself. Mm-hmm. So today we want to address that, and we want to talk about ourselves, cases we have seen, and we just want to see, what does that look like? What does life after that?
Yeah.
What does it really look like?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And before we jump into the video, I'd like to say, if you haven't watched those videos, we've done one on Kathy's journey through widowhood, how she got there. And you know, I also did one on divorce and, you know, just my walk through divorce. So if you haven't watched those two videos, I suggest go watch, then come back, so that this can make sense for you. Yeah?
It can bring some perspective.
Right. Yeah. All right. Where do we start?
Where do we start?
Yeah.
Maybe we can just talk about our experiences.
Yeah.
How that happened. So for me,
Yeah.
it's been 5.5 years now.
Right.
Since my spouse passed away. Actually, almost 6 years now.
Yeah.
And I feel like in the journey of grief and all of that, it's very hazy and very blurry. And then after some time, life starts sort of, you know, the new normal routine starts setting in.
Yeah.
And then you start asking yourself, so I'm a widow, but is that all I am?
Yeah.
Is there anything more to me? What do I want now?
Yeah.
I move forward. I remember talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm moving forward.
Yeah.
My spouse will always be with me.
Right.
Always. My experience with my spouse will always be with me. And a lot
Yeah.
of things I still do the way we did with him. But my life continues.
Yeah.
He died. I am still alive. I
Yeah.
have children.
Yeah.
It would be unfair for me to cut down my life and make their lives the same way, because the children feed off my energy.
Right.
So what happens to me?
Yeah.
And I would say for widows and widowers, the first thing after is obviously dealing with the pain, dealing with the feelings, dealing with the raw feelings, the negative feelings.
Yeah.
And that's a very important thing.
Yeah.
Very important thing.
Yeah.
Because if you avoid it,
Yeah.
it will come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
And assuming you do that, and you start getting to a point where you can laugh again. You start getting to a point where you can relate with people again. You even start making other plans because you're now alone. Then that is the point where the fullness of your life starts coming back.
Yeah.
And you have to be very deliberate about it.
Yes.
And then you have to write your book, I say. That was one chapter. You have to write the other chapters of your book.
Keep moving.
What do you want them to be? And the pertinent question, do you want to love again?
Yeah.
For widows, it is not even so much do you want to love again. It's can you do it?
Yeah.
And that is heavy.
Yeah.
Very heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe I can ask a direct question, and maybe for me as well, I should be able to answer that probably at some point in the video, is for you, do you want to love again? Have you loved again? Do you want to get married again? What does that look like?
For me, I had a wonderful marriage.
Yeah.
I would love that for myself again.
Yeah.
I would love a father figure for my children again. That's just what my heart feels.
Yeah.
The reality on the ground
Vituni different.
Can be different.
Vitukwa ground.
Can be quite different for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
The first reason is fear.
Oh, okay.
So you want, but you're so scared.
Yeah.
In fact, at that point, you're not even so much scared that you won't find a good man.
Yeah.
You're scared that you'll find a good man and then he will die.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a really, really heavy one.
Yeah.
I have a personal friend, my friend who held my hand. She is remarried. She's in the process of getting remarried.
Yeah.
And she really, that stage of accepting to marry this guy was a really bad one. A really bad one.
Yeah.
And I remember telling her, listen, you only live once. God has favored you, has brought you another person in the same lifetime. Stop being scared.
Yeah.
You will die.
Yeah.
And he will die. But before then,
Enjoy.
you will have enjoyed. Just do it. And I remember I was one of the people who really encouraged her. But if the shoe was on the other foot...
Yeah, I wanted to ask the same. Is it easier to give that as advice than take it yourself?
For me, from where I'm giving advice, where the advice is coming from, it's more of me seeing hope and me thinking, oh my God, she found a person and she loves this person,
right?
And the person loves her back, and he doesn't care. She already has 3 children.
Yeah.
He still wants her with all her 3 children.
Yeah.
And and it was it was a lot of me living joy of something I'd hoped for myself, but seeing she's gotten it and me being happy for her.
Yeah.
But if that was me there, I would be also having all these fears and all these other things.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm just thinking, come on, just drop the fear, drop all those things, just go.
Yeah.
I want to see you doing it. I want to see you in a white dress again, and But when it comes down to you, and you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, can I do this again? Yeah. It's hard.
So that emotion there is fear.
The biggest emotion for a widow is fear.
Yeah.
That you will love again.
Yeah.
And then you will lose again.
So how do you get to a point where you can at least have some sort of overcoming for that? How do you overcome that?
Well, I personally haven't remarried.
Oh, okay.
But I talk to her a lot.
Yeah.
And it's an everyday process. It's an everyday process. You have to keep reminding yourself.
Yeah.
It's a pep talk you give yourself
every day.
The time. And sometimes you still wake up and go, hiya.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
She even has a baby.
Yeah.
And I mean a new baby with a new guy, and she says, "Oh my God, how did I get here? What happened here?"
Right.
So she still has those moments.
Yeah.
But by and large, she's happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. That's quite something.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it's my turn.
Same questions thrown back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so with divorce, it's interesting because it's not like death where this person is not there. And in my case, for example, he's there and he's still in my life, right? Because we share a child together. So I still have to deal with him. But obviously in that video that, I talked about divorce, we are at a cordial place. He's since remarried. And
so much easier for the guy.
Is it really?
I think so. The guys are logical people.
Yeah.
It's logic.
Yeah.
It just follows some sort of logic.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot less, how will I feel in this heart and this and that. You know?
I don't know. Maybe we should bring a guy who has gone through the same and then they can tell us what goes on in their minds. For me, and I would want to assume or just imagine that it's the same for most women who've gone through divorce, is, at the point where you're separating, you're not even thinking about, okay, I want another wedding or another man. You're just at a point where you just want to get a hold of yourself and stand firm, right? Because just, again, society, quote unquote, but, as a woman, the first instinct is just... oh my God, like we are taught to be so selfless. So how do you find your footing? Yeah. And then, you go through those motions and kind of find some sort of stability. Then at that point, you're thinking, okay, let me go and date. I think the first thing that is so surprising is that, oh my God, there are actually people who find you attractive and you're like, what? They actually do find me attractive. They're actually interested. Like, what could I, like, I'm not even interesting. Because especially like for me, I was married for so long. So I was so blind to even the idea or entertaining any other guys. So that was so new for me. And so I enjoyed that for a little bit. And I would actually encourage women who have gone through divorce to enjoy that attention a little bit. Yeah, just gloat in it a little bit. Get your groove back. You don't need to commit to anything. So I really found that, amazing. However, there's still judgment that comes there. Like, as I think I had mentioned this in a previous video, where it's like, okay, who in that divorce was wrong, right? Everyone wants to kind of gauge you. Are you the crazy woman? Everybody wants to kind of gauge you and stuff like that. And so if you have not been able to work on yourself and know that if you receive that judgment, it doesn't mean that that's who you are, then it can be quite difficult. And then, this thing of society says, oh yeah, will a man accept you with your divorce and your children? I mean, I find that very irritating because as a woman, you're the prize. All of you and your child, both of you, or all of you, if anything, the man would be lucky to have you, right? So I think that just these societal views that you just have to maneuver, and just being able to persevere and just look past those judgments, because they'll be there. They will be there.
When you talk about society, just as we've talked about it, is it really, is it like family, or is it the voices in your head?
So this one is the one time I'll say it's not voices in your head. Because for me, for example, even with some of my family members, they'll say, oh my God. So for example, I went back to the dating scene, and, someone will ask, oh yeah, so you're dating this guy? And I'm like, yeah. Does he know your story? And I'm like, yeah. And he accepted it? And I'm like, excuse me, I am who I am. He liked me because of who I am. And guess what? I am who I am because of the journey I've taken. So it's not voices. You can clearly see judgment, and they ask, and what about your child? Do they accept your child? And I'm like, yeah, because I'm a beautiful package. We come as a package, So it's not the voices in your head. This one for a fact. Because I don't know why divorce, especially for the woman, a divorced man doesn't get as much backlash.
No.
They'll remarry. But for a woman, I don't know why society looks at them as broken.
Yeah.
Or, no longer like that perfect flower, like a withered flower, if I may. So
in Kikuyu, they call them Gishokyo.
Okay, what does that mean?
You were returned.
Yeah.
And it had a very bad connotation.
So like a
very bad underlying. Like you bought something and it's not working out.
Returned goods in the
returned goods.
So you should be sold at a discount.
Or not. Or discarded altogether.
Yeah. So for me, I would say, that this is something that we should work on. Because I would say, yes, divorce, you go through divorce, and people say, okay, yeah, I'm a divorced woman. I call myself a woman who's gone through divorce. Yeah, that's not my title. I'm not divorced. I'm a woman who's gone through divorce. So I think, that's what I can say about that. Do I want to remarry? Of course I do. I believe in the institution of marriage. I feel like it's a very amazing institution if done the right way with the right person. If you're able to align your goals, I think I've mentioned this again, you're able to actually get to your goals faster because you're two. Of course, you'll move faster. And so, yeah, I believe in it. But I think that the thing that would stop anybody who's gone through divorce is the anger, for example. Divorce is bitter. It's a bitter process. So there's a lot of anger there. So you need to overcome that anger. Make sure that you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing or remarrying or loving again to prove to people that you can. You're doing it for you. Don't do it out of anger. It could be betrayal. For example, if you've gone through cheating, so maybe you have that fear of being betrayed again. That's a difficult one because, just even trusting again can be quite something, right? Yeah. But just being able to take this new person as who they are and trust them from 100%, then, give them that benefit of the doubt instead of starting from zero. Easier said than done. Easier said than done.
Easier said.
But it's probably the only way you can be able to really just live fully, right? Live fully. Take each individual as their own person. Your ex is your ex. Yeah. That's who he is.
And
it doesn't mean that
everybody
all
else
the
is
men
blanket judgment.
Exactly. So for divorce, I think they'd be trying to overcome that anger and betrayal.
Well, for widows as well, I would say, especially for someone like me who I have met widows, one or two, who wouldn't remarry.
Okay.
It is in widowhood that they discovered that they were being abused.
Yeah.
Or their husbands were too domineering.
Yeah.
And they were not being allowed to thrive.
Yeah. And
so they wouldn't remarry. Like, they will tell you straight up, it's not for me. I'm not going to do it again.
Yeah.
I am okay where I am. My children are okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Or they'll even get, like, a friend, someone who is an adult companion, but they don't wish to remarry.
Yeah.
For other people like me, for example, I feel like, first of all, I got married quite late. So I can say the choice of spouse that I took was someone I'd really scrutinized and I really liked, and I loved his character.
Yeah.
And he scored a lot more than I even prayed for.
Yeah.
So another challenge would be someone who can measure up. And I'm saying those words very loosely because it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
But then it has to be something you really work on yourself, because you're not going to get someone to replace him. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
And neither do you want someone to replace him. You want someone to fill in those shoes in their own way. But if you had a great connection, then it's very hard to take anything less. It's very, very difficult to see it that way. Yeah. To take in any less connection.
Yeah.
And a new connection can happen in any way. It doesn't have to happen in the same way that it happened with your late spouse. But there has to be a high level of connection because that's what you know.
Wow.
That's what you're used to.
Yeah.
And that didn't go wrong. It's not like, when you did it the first time, it didn't go wrong.
Yeah.
It's just that the person passed on.
Yeah.
You see?
I see.
And that can be quite tricky.
Wow.
For a lot of women, they actually compare. A lot of women
I see how that
compare.
Can be easy.
Exactly. Because don't forget, this person, you didn't just date. You got married. You lived together.
Yeah.
So that is your SI unit.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And then all of a sudden you're dating again and you're thinking, hey, some things you can't even put into words. It's non-negotiable for you. But then you have to put in the work there because you're never going to get someone who's like him.
Yeah.
And you don't want someone who's like him because then they keep reminding you of him in that way.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
You want the same connection but with someone who is their own person, an authentic person.
Yeah.
And that can be quite tricky. Don't forget at that age, a lot of people are married.
Yeah.
A lot of people already got married.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah.
So the market is very small.
Yeah.
And here you are with all these conditions.
It's already small as is without even any other challenges. Then now you re-entering.
Then exactly. And then you come up with all this. In fact, your standards when you were younger were lower.
Yeah.
Now you're older, your standards are higher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it takes you one date to just go,
no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, not going in. Even a phone call.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Even just chatting with someone.
Yeah.
For a few less than an hour.
Yeah.
And they're thinking,
no.
It's okay.
This is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really tricky.
Yeah.
I think it's really tricky. I feel like for me, it was very important that I just be okay first with being alone.
Yeah.
Just be okay.
Yeah.
Eventually, because no man is an island.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that anybody wants to be alone.
No.
But then you could, how can I put it, lower your standards in the way that you don't, a person doesn't have to be a permanent person in your life. There could be a temporary person in your life, just so that you don't feel like you're alone. Someone you can chat with, you can talk to, you can meet occasionally for coffee, for lunch, for whatever, you know. But they have to, for a man to pass the line, for a man to go across the line so that they start being taken seriously, then of course there are the boxes that you tick. But what I'm saying is that you need to be comfortable to know that if it doesn't happen,
it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
So I have a little bit of something that I think is slightly similar but polar opposites. So for you say, you know, you don't want someone who's similar, and that scares you because you don't want someone who's similar to your ex. I mean, to your late spouse. Yeah. But for us who are divorced, you're looking for someone who's not
extreme.
In fact, that's a mistake most the ladies who've gone through divorce do. As you go on dates, instead of just being open and learning this person as they are, you're just looking, does he pick up the phone like and talk when I'm talking to him? Is he on his phone like my ex? I'm not saying that's what he used to do. I'm just giving an example. Yeah. And it's almost by default, you kind of just compare because you're looking out for those quote unquote red flags or things that used to annoy you, and you're looking for someone who's not like your ex. And I'll tell you, I learned very quickly when I started, dating or went back into the dating scene that it doesn't work, because what happens is that you don't get a chance to actually learn this person. So how do you overcome that? I think for me, what I did is I started going on dates open-minded. I think there's one video that I said, the first few years after my divorce, I enjoyed a lot of free meals. No expectation. Coffee, madam, I dress up, put on makeup, go for coffee, just enjoy the company of the person, with no expectation. And that way you find that there are those ones for a fact you'll see again, and those okay, it's time for me to go, right? And so because of that, I made good friends along the way, dated a few of them, and I'm still here trying to look for someone, but then no expectations, just being able to know that you're not in the business of looking for someone who's not like your ex.
I like what you said there. In the dating scene as well, especially from the dating sites, I have made friends, very platonic friends. It never became romantic, but they became such good friends. Such good friends. I have one actually who is like family. Really, it's like family. And I think it was important to demystify that. That it's not always love you're looking for sometimes. It's also just, connections, relationships with people, very different kinds of relationships.
Absolutely.
That works great actually. Because one, it distracts you, it makes you forget that you're lonely for a little minute there. Because, you're busy chatting with this one and that one and this one about this and about the other. And you're being called for a party here and being called for a party there. And then I hear people saying, as I wait for my blessing, I'll be rejoicing on the corridors. So it's a little bit like that. I feel like it's a little bit like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
By the time I find someone special, I will be here hanging out with that one, this one, and that one, and they're going I don't know where, and I'm also going. And I think it's nice to also just enjoy life. And I think that ties in with why I'm saying it is okay to be alone.
It's okay.
It is okay. It's not permanent. It's not permanent. I think also there's this desperation to meet someone, so desperate, such that you go out with your friend and their boyfriend, and you're so lonely looking and desperate looking, and pitying yourself, and that's crazy. That has never made sense to me. I will third wheel proudly. I will be there telling crazy stories and laughing at this one's jokes. And I will not allow them to be lovey-dovey when I'm there. There's no lovey-dovey.
But
we're all just hanging out.
But if you can't third wheel, don't go.
Don't go. That's true. But then you don't go, you miss out on.
No, you can go without feeling like you can look for. If other couples trigger you, don't put yourself in that situation. Just don't go. Find other situations that are a bit more comfortable. As I said, by the way, personally, I kind of, because we, like in my social circles, like my close knit friends at the time. You know, most of them were married, and I could see it was difficult for them to relate with me because now I'm kind of divorced. They really don't know what to do. And so, you know what? I said, no pressure on everybody. It's fine. I'll be fine by myself. And I started just going on dates with strangers. As long as you're safe in a public setting. I decided, you know what? It's my chance to actually put myself out there. So I don't need to be in a situation if I'm feeling uncomfortable. I don't need to be. True. So you don't need to be. If you can third wheel comfortably, that's okay. If you can't, it's okay. Just online dating has made things fun. Meet people from wherever, South Africa, whatever, they're in the country for. Just go, have coffee, then go back home. What's the big deal?
Or chat with someone.
Or chat
I've chatted with people who are thousands of miles away. And it's a lot of fun. Like I go to sleep. Not feeling the same old feeling of loneliness and being happy and having learned something new and just having had a good time.
And one of the positive things I would say out of this experience, both of us, is that there's nobody there to ask you, who are you chatting with? You can chat with whoever it's the one time in your life. You can chat with whoever and you don't need to hide your phone.
And people can call you at whatever.
And people can call you past 10 o'clock. And it's just okay. So enjoy. Before you get to a point where now you can't chat.
Actually, the last holiday that I went for, I was just hanging out with a friend of mine.
Right.
And she said, listen, I had booked this place. I wasn't sure I'd get it. I just got it. We need to be there in an hour. Can you make it? Sure. I don't need to consult. I will be there in an hour. And that, I mean, I think sometimes you need to realize that life is a journey. And so you're going up the hill. Enjoy the rocks and the view. And you're going down the hill. Enjoy. There is always a silver lining.
Always.
And when you do get someone, believe it or not, there will be things you will miss. About your single life and about your not having to consult. And about your hanging out late at night and deciding where you want to go, where you don't want to go. You're going to miss it. Enjoy it while it lasts. And I feel like the more you enjoy it, the quicker it passes. And then all of a sudden you realize, by the way, these days there's someone who checks on me, who checks if I'm safe, or who
sends a text message.
Or who looks for me or wonders what I'm doing. And you're thinking, okay, that's nice and different. But you know, you didn't waste that time.
You didn't. So before we close, Kathy, because we are both single parents, when you're selecting who to quote unquote date, do you consider your children?
Of course.
Okay.
Have to be.
Do you date someone who's a dad, or how do you go about that?
I asked myself that question when I got ready to start dating. I really asked myself those questions. And before I married my spouse, I asked myself those questions when I was single. What do I want? Who am I? Who can I get along with? What kind of person do I want? I did. And I feel like those questions helped because I truly married what I had put in mind as the person I can get along with.
Right.
So afterwards, I thought to myself, okay, so how do I do this again now, a second time? And I struggled with it for a little bit. And then one day it occurred to me, nothing has changed. I am the same person. In terms of my character, the person that I am, I am the same person. So I'm looking for the same characters. But at this point, this person, there's a children angle. So there has to be the little angle of he needs to know that there are children here. And if he's not going to be able to get along with my children, I'm sorry. He could be perfect, but no. That might not work.
But I think that one is okay. I hear you, and I think I can resonate 100% because you don't want to be with someone and invest your time with someone who eventually will not be able to blend in with your children or child, in my case. But then there's also the question of, so at what point do you introduce your children?
Oh gosh.
Right? Because, you know, how do you know when they are, you know, how do you, because you might introduce your kids and then it doesn't work out. Not because they don't like your children, but because you as adults, both of you, it doesn't work out. And sometimes you're thinking, okay, I don't want to introduce them too soon.
Yeah. Or too late.
Yeah. And so you hold on, and he's great and everything, and you're thinking, okay, it's time. And then they actually get to meet your children, and then that chemistry is not there. I think this is a challenge that
I'm going to say two things.
I'm
going to say two things. One, I think it is possible to meet someone who I enjoy their company and I like them.
Yeah.
But they don't look like they have a thing for the children. It doesn't look like it's going to work that way.
Yeah.
I am happy to be friends with this person away from the children.
Yeah.
I'm happy to keep the children away and be friends with this person just to be friends.
But you know that.
I get that. But I know that it might never go down that road. I would say that. The second thing I want to say is that for my first spouse, I prayed. Good old prayer.
Okay.
Good old prayer.
Yeah.
Even the song that I wrote, it says, from my lips to his ears.
Yeah.
I truly prayed. I'm not even going to joke about that.
Yeah.
I prayed.
Yeah.
And God outdid himself.
Yeah.
And if he did that then, and took that person then, well, even now, I'm back.
You're back.
Because where else is that supposed to come from?
Yeah.
So I think also we shouldn't overthink it too much.
Yeah. No, the reason why I'm asking this is because we tend to, I've had a few ladies, for example, if you're divorced, you're saying you'd rather hook up with or meet someone who's divorced. If you're a widow, you'd rather date someone who's a widow because they understand your situation. I think even for me, I'm past that. I feel like you can date whoever, even if they've not been married before, as long as genuinely they are a good person, you know, deep within, authentically them, and they take you as you are. Yeah.
It's your perfect match.
Yeah.
You cannot dictate to God what you want, and it must be like this, and then like this, and then like this. No.
Yeah.
Sometimes he will just come the way he comes. I think also being open-minded is key.
Yeah.
I think
absolutely. So ladies out there, single parents, you know, we feel you. And we go through these struggles just as you do. Would you dare to remarry? Of course you should. You deserve the best. You deserve everything that you ever dream of. So just step out with that fear, with that anger. The most important thing is just to keep on moving a day at a time. Make sure today is better than yesterday. Just keep on moving. There is no deadline, so don't rush it, you know. Whatever, others will remarry younger. Others never remarry but end up finding someone, you know, that is a good life partner. Whatever that happiness looks like for you, I think that's the most important. Chase your peace of mind. Chase your happiness. Everything else will fall into place. Everyone else who's supposed to be in your life will come, as so long as you keep chasing your happiness and your peace of mind. So
that's true.
Dare to love. Dare to love again. Yeah, dare to love again. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed our video today, and as usual, like, comment, subscribe. We'd like to hear from you. Share the video, and until next time, bye.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong.